Hey YouTube, how like we doing? As y'all know, I am coming back from my little leave break. Here is what my profile is looking like right now. Masters currently with a little bit of games. And of course, noting my jungle run here in Season 13 and my ADC run here in Season 14. But you know who hasn't taken a break, who I've been hearing about? Arthurlanches, our good friend in Brazil. So Arthurlanches is the Brazilian Teemo main, and he's been featured on our channel before. I'm also really good friends with him. He's a heck of a guy, right? But he has not been taking a break, and furthermore, he is a literal rank 1 in Brazil right now, which is crazy. We had a rank 1 Teemo in EU and E last season. He's done it in Brazil now. So I think there's going to be a couple questions to ask, right? What does this mean? It means Teemo's in a pretty decent spot. And we can also validate that because if you look at the rest of One Trick rankings, right, you have a Challenger 2 main in Korea, you have a Challenger 2 main EU West, you have a Challenger 2 main in NA. So that means Teemo is in a good spot right now. Of course, these are all top lane where we generally play jungle and ADC, but obviously top lane Teemo still looking real good. So if you're having struggles on top lane Teemo, maybe check out some of their gameplay, which is what we're going to do this video. We're going to be checking out Arthurlanches gameplay, runes and builds. We're going to replicate that ourselves and see if we have success with it, since I am coming back from my break. So, big thing that a lot of people are going around. Brazilian server. Does this mean that Brazilian server is crap? Does this mean that Arthurlanches is a god? That is the big question people are asking. There's also a Twitter post going around about it from a Brazilian pro player saying that pros don't play in the Brazilian server. Now, that's a question that no one is going to be able to answer. We can speculate, we can have our opinions, but I don't think we can answer right now. Nobody is going to the Brazilian server and playing on it. Brazilian players aren't doing NA or US or Korea climbs, so I don't think we're going to have an answer to that. So I can't comment or speculate, right? But what we can look at is let's look at Arthurlanches' runes and builds and what he's rocking with. Because he's always been historically doing stuff a little bit differently. He was never a Nashor's enjoyer. He was never a Berserker Grease enjoyer. He always played like no attack speed Teemo. And it looks like he's doing that as well here. So if you look at his recent games, and it's not even close, he's about 150 LP up on the second place person. A little over 300 games, 59 wins, pretty solid stats. So if we look at his stuff, 2, 6, and 9 on the press attack Teemo. So he went press attack, but he didn't go Nashers. It looks like he went Swifties, Leandries, Bloodletters, Clurs. So he's doing like a tanky setup there. And if we look, if it's going to let me click it. Also, when did opgg get so ad ridden? Look at this. I don't use ad block because I feel like that'd be pretty crazy if I'm a streamer who runs ads and uses ad block. That'd be a little wild. But when did it get so ad heavy? What's this about? And we're having a little difficulty loading. Maybe we'll just click it again. All right, maybe we go over to this website. So now this website, OneTricksGG, is a great way of finding resources. Now, it does list Brazilian as a minor server. Again, up for speculation. EU and E is a minor server, and you could tell here, right? All these are minor servers. They don't really count per se when you're talking about competitiveness, and that's based on a lot of facts, right? Population mainly, and Brazilians also listed as a minor server, so it is very interesting. And if you look at the major servers, they have multiple Teemo players listed. So One Tricks, I like this website, right? Just something to note there. It looks like we have this loaded. So if we go look at his runes here on this one, he went pressy attack, presence of mind, alacrity cut down, taste of blood, relentless hunter, a little bit different, minor tweaks. Look at another game, another pressy attack angle versus Swain, and this is versus Akali. And it looks like, again, no Nashers, right? Swifties, Leandries seems to be his core. A little bit of a different rune page, more movement speed focused. Look at this game, Electrocute this time versus Rumble. And again, Leandries looks like his only core item. He rushes Leandries. He went Malig second. And then Bloodletters Curse third. So a little bit tanky, a little AP kind of tank mo little deal here. And then he has another Electrocute. So we're seeing a pattern. Leandries first always. We have another game, First Strike here versus Poppy, which is pretty fair. You can just let it rip on her all day. And again, Leandry's first, Malignant Session, Shadow Flame third, CDR boots this game, another minor tweak. We can assume the rune page is going to stay pretty consistent here. Swap to Old Hunter, but Old Hunter, Relentless Hunter, looks like he's going Taste of Blood. The rune page is pretty nailed out here. And it looks like we found an item build pattern, right? Leandry's, again, boom. And then we have Bloodletter's Curse and Malignance. Leandry's Malignance here. He bought a Serrated Jerk just to mix it up. Don't pay too much attention to that. And his boots are going to be either CDR boots or Swifty boots. I don't know any other Teemo main that uses CDR boots, but Swifties is very common right now. So yeah, you're seeing the patterns here, so that's interesting. And again, each Teemo player has different little tidbits they do. So it looks like we can decisively say, looking at these games, Leandry's first always, and Swifty boots, Lucidity boots, and Bloodletters very often. Now here's a little game here. He went Riftmaker. How interesting. And then we're switching up the runes a little bit too. We have Airy versus Kennen. We have Grass versus Oriana. Crazy lanes in the Brazilian server, I'll tell you that much. More pressy attack, a little bit of Grass, a little bit of Dark Harvest, a little bit of Lethal Tempo. But again, the Leandry's is going to remain consistent here. So what can we see from his runes and builds so far? His runes and builds are pretty much any rune page. You can shut your eyes, pick a rune page, and that's what Arthur runs. So that's a little confusing, right? When does he run these rune pages? Why does he run these rune pages? That's something we'd have to get coaching from him or talk to him personally, which I might be able to do, right? But for now, we're not going to do that. We're just trying to do a little overview. So his rune page, shut your eyes, pick a rune page. That's what he runs. We don't have that much info. But for his builds, we can definitely see Leandry's first always, followed by either Malignance, Bloodletter's Curse, or Riftmaker. So that's going to be very interesting. We can learn just from looking at taking a couple minutes over time, seeing what the literal rank 1 player is doing. Now, let's take a peek at his macro. So his macro, you can see it based on his farm and his KP, right? Someone has higher KP and less farm, they're going to be fighting a lot. Someone has higher farm, less KP, they're going to be split pushing a lot more. So Arthur, we can assume he's not going to be missing last hits, to creeps. So the macro we can kind of see in a little flash here. This was a fight heavy game. This is like a more balanced game, 7 CS, 60% KP, maybe fight heavy. 8 CS 50s, so a little more farm. This is a complete split push game, right? 8 CS, 33% KP. So he split pushed that game. This is fight heavy. This is great farm and fight heavy. This is just like a banger game, right? This is just like an insane game. 10 CS a minute and 60% KP. That's a hard carry. This is only splitting. Another only splitting game. Looks like another split push. So see 19% KP, 14%, 38%. These are very low, so we're splitting most of these games. Looks like 37%, another fairly low octane game. This is just a bad game. Low CS and low KP. Another split push game. 9 CS, 30% KP. Very low on the KP there. A fight heavy game. This doesn't count. Another split push game. So I would say he splits more than he fights. So it looks like he's going side lane, probably working the shrooms, and then fighting whenever it's convenient. He does have some high octane games, but they're going to be less and few in between, right? His average game is between 7 to 8 CS, 7 to 9 CS, and under 40% KP. That is indicative of a split push angle. Where the games he does fight hard, right, he's going to have 5 to 6 CS with hecka KP. And of course, you're going to always have those perfect games. So what I gathered, right, I'm also a challenger player. What I gathered is Arthurlanches is going top lane, picking any rune that he wants, building some combo of Leandry's, Malignance, Riftmaker, Void Deathcap, and for the boots, either Swifties or Lucidity. Also, Bloodletter's Curse. Sorry, let me forget about that. And he starts with the split push, and then he works his way into fighting. So that is like my take on what the literal rank 1 Teemo player is doing right now. Now, this is going to be the hard part. Let's try and take a combo of his runes and builds based on the game, and take his playstyle of starting with split and then grouping, and let's see if we can make it work for ourselves and on the NA server in around Master Tier. So that game will be coming out next. Oh, we're playing League of Frickin' Legends. And we're doing Arthurlanches' build. Arthur goes any rune he freaking wants. So this game, we're going to go airy. It's not a rune I go often, but versus Camille, it should work out well, poking her down. We have Axiom Arcanist for our shrooms. We have Celerity for movement speed, Gathering Storm for AP, Taste of Blood, Ultimate Hunter for more shrooms.
Hey Manko, how the heck are you? It's been a minute.
Primarily Manko's dog shit.
This rune page that Arthur runs, because he runs every rune page, this will also go well with his common build. His common build is going Swifty Boost, Leandry's Malignance. I think this is a great setup for Camille this game. I think he would kill it. So let's see what we can do as well. PR Med, thanks for the sub. How you living? Sup, partner? Third item, we're probably going to avoid. I think they're going to stack MR. But we'll see. Third item's always a flex with Mytho Arthur. He also likes to go Lucidity Boost, but I think Swifties are just better. Camille's in that bush, right? Okay, there she is. I get 3 CS, she gets none. Oh, she got all 3. Is she cheating? I didn't even see her use an ability. There's the Airy. We're probably not going to max Q with the Airy here. And she actually hits that and just walks up and bonks me on the head. Nice. We got that fat trade on the back end. I think it's right where we want her. I blew my ignite early there, but that kind of gives me command over the lane. And Amumu's not a level 3 ganker, so I like that.
It's primarily Manko's dog shit Teemo jungle.
She will have to TP here soon. Yeah, I ignite to get command over the lane. By the time she's back to stable, I'm going to have ignite up again. So I like that. Hey, Loop Choke with a tier 3. You're insane. Thanks for a tier 3, Loop Choke. How you living? Okay, it's a fat Q. Amumu is at his red, which we see. So we're all alone up here. It's actually a pretty decent trade from her, but it's also, we'll take it. She's in a base and teleport. Maybe I fake the base. She's looking... I mean, I just had to wait till I have ignite and we win. We know Mumu's not here. Damn, we invaded and got rolled. That's kind of crazy.
Did you really think you could run?
Ooh, that's close, isn't it? I think I have to hit this cannon. If I don't hit the cannon, then what? Okay. It's a lane. That's a lane, I'll tell you that much. Is Amumu just gonna haul ass up here before Wukong?
Alive is the biggest donger. Hope you're having a wonderful day with Chevy.
Amumu is up here. That's okay. We got the war down for that. Yo, Wukong, I need you to come. If Amumu's coming top, I need you top, Wukong. I really do, buddy. Buddy old pal. Wukong just doesn't care. He doesn't care about your little Teemo friend. He's just clearing his camps as usual. It's another walk in the park for him. But it looks like we're holding. And we're still up CS. He's pinging me. But, he's a noob, right? Camille TPs, I walk back to lane. The wave's pushing towards me, so it's actually chill. Nana Bananas, how you living? Thanks for the resub. How are you doing? The sexy Seema Wagaliji Willikers. Thank you, darling. True, though. I miss the cannon. That's Sag. Sagittarius. I play everything. I've always played everything. Since season 4. Top lane, jungle, ADC, mid, and support for fun. I play them all. Just depends on the day of the week. It depends on how I wake up, what color underwear I'm wearing. And we play all at a high level. But it's gonna hurt. Maybe not. Maybe not. Hey, nice. We got 3 kills first. Honestly, we survived. Camille played it well and I played it well. It was kind of just like an awesome laning phase. And we also survived the Amumu gank. Camille's going mid and we know that. Now, I'm not going to ping it. I never ping the roams that are super obvious. Hey, he dies anyway. Good. He didn't die to the Camille. I just shoved the lane and get her back up here, though. But she was definitely roaming mid. He should be coming flying over that wall. I'm always down to rip the Q poke. Now, when you do poke with Q, you have to expect her to jump in on you. Because they know that. Wonder if Amumu's looking for a gank up here. I can just poke with Q, especially since I have airing. We just have to poke and then walk away briefly. Okay, I'm probably getting ganked here. Oh, good job from Amumu. Way to go. Yeah, I mean, good job from them. You know, Amumu walks up, ganks me with 2 ults. Well done from them. If I don't miss the wave, it's kind of chill. I had a gap in my vision for like 30 seconds. Or maybe not 2 ults, but 1 ult. If I don't miss the wave, it's unironically fine. I'm not mad at that. Looks like our team's locked in too. Maybe. I think they have this. Damn, they kind of went from different angles. That's unfortunate. Camille did not survive the Wukong gank. The Wukong did not gank. He went from Krugs to red. If a gank is classified as walking towards a lane for 2 steps, then I'm ganking all day on Teemo jungle. But I think a lot of people would disagree with that. She got the kill, but I think we're still in a decent spot. I don't think she just rolls me. We still got a window here. Just gonna rip it on her head. I want her to jump on me here, so I'm gonna play aggressive. Damn, if she hit that shroom, that would have been sick. Probably would have been a kill. Ari makes that Q poke hurt a little more, huh? So if Amu doesn't come up top, we're obviously commanding the lane pretty well here. Mumu's bottom, sweet. We have a window. It's a little tricky on her tower, but we'll see how it works out. Ooh, that's a massive auto Q there without even taking a turret shot. Another auto Q. She has no teleport too, if I remember correctly. I think she has no teleport. Nice, we just scare her. Did that on purpose. I was never committing to that. Should be a gank, but the Wukong does not want to gank. That's okay. It should be a kill, but again, some junglers don't have it together. It's kind of unfortunate. Like, bro, she has 1 HP on the tower, but sometimes, you know, hey, that's how it be. We're still looking good. We're up 15 CS, although we died. That's massive. Blastoise, that's just simply untrue, right? I cannot allow you to sit here and cope in the chat. Just because I'm higher ranked than you doesn't mean players are 1000% different. League is league, right? At your rank, you can have somebody go 0-10. At my rank, I can have somebody go 0-10. Just because someone's higher ranked doesn't mean that, oh, all of a sudden, all these things are true or not true. You're coping. Stop coping. Stop being low elo. I have an extra mana crystal here. I accidentally purchased that. I kind of fumbled. Honestly, 1 death and still up 16 CS. I'm not mad at that. I'm really not.
Rule number 13. Treat every day like it's an adventure.
Camille's going mid. I'm just going to shove the lane, right? You can't match a Camille room, especially one that we see. So especially since we see her, we just shove, we get her back top. I'm down. Maybe we go right here. Yeah, I like if Ali sits right there. I think this should work because she's full HP. Now, we're not going to kill her, right? But a fat chunk is a fat chunk. We just wait. If Wukong is running directly at their jungle, then I have to start pushing. This dive is... I don't think this is a good dive. But if Ali tanks, it should be free. But Ali just has to go in first. Damn, what the hell is that damage? That's crazy. I'm also not gonna, I'm just gonna hit the turret, by the way. They actually don't need me. Yone did a good job doing whatever. Why is Ziggs top with 1 HP? Yeah, ignoring them, they're doing whatever they want, but we just hit this turret, then we can go there after. I don't think we want to give any, we don't have to give any grubs. Or if they get 1, that's fine. This is still good for us. It's unironically really good here. Yeah, and we kind of got stuck in the back line. That's really bad. He still has ult. Damn, he still had the Silas ult. It's fine, though. Don't know what's happening. Okay. We got crapped on, I'll be honest. This looks pretty bad. Maybe not. I'm just gonna walk past the Senna. Okay. That looked bad until it didn't look bad, then it looked good. We'll take it. I know what happened, but good job, everybody. I feel like I played that pretty bad, honestly. Arthurlanches would have played that fight way better. Hey, the CS lead is growing, by the way. Look at that CS lead. I will say you have to commend me for my mental here. Daddy, chill. I'm not flashing that. Now, there's no way I have to flash this, right? Dude, this game is so bad. If he catches me, I'm quitting. Dude, this game is so... How am I the Swift Scout and he runs me down even after I flash? This game's terrible. This game's terrible. Sorry, is Silas... I mean, Silas is a mobile champion, huh? This game's terrible. That's all I'm going to say. When stuff like that happens, you just have to admit this game's shit. Okay, lock in. Rant's over. I'm going back top lane. More CS for me. Uh-oh. Dude, they're Camille and Mumu are like... Are they duo? They feels like they're playing together flawlessly. Yone lives, though. Dude, I hate that in modern-day League of Legends, Teemo's no longer a mobile champ. Teemo is an immobile champ. Can you... It's so hard for me to... Dude, it's so hard for me to grasp that. Teemo is an immobile champ. Like, Teemo is not on the same level, but he's more similar to Wei than he is Camille, right? Or he is more similar to an immobile champ than a mobile champ. That hurts my heart. Ooh, they just strung together a nice little team fight. We definitely have a ball game here. Does Camille come top and just kill me since I eat those turret shots? She might. Oh, she's not. Nice. If I get this turret, we're back. I'll also die for it. That's fine. Oh, that's unreasonable. Okay, I got the turret. It's fine. I was going to die there no matter what. I thought since he hit the shroom, I wouldn't be able to get the turret. But I got the turret anyway. I was going to die for that no matter what. Hobsky, you can, when you throw shroom, they can see you throw the shroom and see the shroom land for like 2 seconds. So like if I'm just in front of them and I press R, they can see me throw it, they can see it go there and sit in arm. Do I just keep going top lane? I'm getting back in the game here. Just getting the CS is not fighting. I'm up 32 CS on Camille. Sure, I'm getting pooped on, right? I'm absolutely getting roasted and toasted, but I'm up some CS. They don't even need me for the fights.
A Bandle Scout is always prepared.
Looks like they got a little too crazy. Looks like Ali went in too deep and died, and Wukong followed. Who was his solo queue? Oh, is Yone gonna die or get more kills? Yone is Yoneing. Nice try. And Daddy's here. Yeah, I can't see her. She's invisible. Zig's got the kill and the cannon. This guy's freaking trolling. Can we just kill this guy? Allie's just down to clown, huh? There's no way that a Mumu ult hits me. Alistar ult is broken. That guy lived for 40 minutes. It's crazy. How did that Amumu ult hit me, by the way? Do I really rely on this red region to go top? I kind of have to. Nice flash. Oh, she checks a second. Now she get a fat. I can't kill her, but I get a fat chunk. No, she has no jump. I was gonna say, like I said, I probably can't kill her. Maybe. Oh, I actually kill her. Is my champ broken? Whoa, is Teemo broken or what? I actually kill her there is wild. Didn't expect that in a million years. What the heck? Why do I do so much damage? Okay. God, dude. The ARAM meta needs to stop, guys. You have noticed my team has been ARAMing for a while now. The ARAM meta needs to stop. It does not benefit Teemo. They have been fighting mid for the past 6 minutes. What are we doing? We're kind of losing the fights overall, I think. I don't think I have to go to Herald. I think I just go push bottom. I like not fighting in these ARAM, like whenever the teams are both ARAMing, I like not fighting. I feel like it benefits a lot more. I feel like I thrive more too. Not fighting the ARAMs. I do think streaming the 6 minions feels really good. I'm expecting my team to die at Herald, right? But hopefully we get a tier 2. That's the game plan. This guy's Alistar ult. We still lose this, right? This guy's a freaking alley ult. Okay, and they're teleporting. Oh, Wukong stayed? Okay, I mean, that's honestly fine if we get Herald. I expect him to live that long, to be honest. I didn't expect him to live that long and game that hard. I think I have to take a base. This guy's going to plow me. Yone is teleporting bottom, so I'll vacate the lane. Get my little item. So instead of being at a Herald, they sent 4 bottom. That's wild. Do I actually go bottom? I don't think I go top here just because I can't even get the turret. I'll go top. They're not going to fight Drake. Someone has to hold bot wave, which they should. He's right there. I'll give a friendly ping. I'm going to go back to top lane. Yeah, we see, dude, look how broken pings are. I ping and Yone responds instantly. Other Teemos? By other Teemos, you mean noobs, right? Because no high-elo Teemo player just shrooms everything. So by other Teemo, you mean like silver players? Sure. But I don't think we should emulate our gameplay after silver players. Okay, nice. We played it just good enough. Maybe not. He probably kills me here. Oh, get worked. We outplayed him so hard. We outplayed him so hard there. Also, that champ's kind of nasty. Oh, Senna ulted and missed me. I didn't even notice. Okay, we live. I don't know how that worked out. We'll take it. Get our boots. Honestly, it's a hard game, but we've been battling. Yeah, other Teemo players don't put their shrooms on the ground, right? Unless you mean other as in noobs, but like Teemo streamers, no other Teemo streamers just put their shrooms on the ground. No challenger Teemo main just put their shroom on the ground. So by other Teemo mains, if you mean silver players, sure. But then, you know, that's why I always say don't put your shrooms on the ground. Like your pants. Don't put your pants on the ground. I'm up 3 levels on this guy. What elo is this game? The elo of this game can be whatever you make it. What elo do you think it is? And that's what elo it is. Doesn't depend on what you're building. Like I said, based on literally watching, right? Based on watching high elo Teemo mains, nobody puts their shroom on the ground. Based on watching them click their buttons. I don't know how else to explain it. If you watch high elo Teemo mains, nobody just does this, right? Nobody does this right there. Look, nobody does this. Nobody does that. If you watch their gameplay, I don't know what else to base it on besides what people are doing. I don't know how to explain it as well. What's up, Tiggle Bitties? So now you're gonna watch. I did this just to prove a point. We're gonna watch these 3 shrooms do nothing, right? So you don't put shrooms on the ground because it's a waste with this little guy in the game, Arthurlanches. So we put these 3 shrooms down. They will give no value. And I wasted 3 shrooms to show you guys that because I'm the GOAT. But there's a reason why not to do this.
If you're not ready for everything, you're not ready for anything.
So we'll check back on those whenever. Maybe one gets popped and it does 300 damage where they base and heal. Yeah, shrooming is fun. I wish I was low elo. You guys have no idea. I wish I was silver or bronze where I could just put shrooms down and they get kills. That'd be insane. But unfortunately, right, I got the shit under the stick. Hey, GG, so that was a good game. It was a good game. We battled. How's our damage looking? 2, 3, and 5. The Camille did nothing. What I realized about top lane Teemo, right? Top lane Teemo is relative to the enemy top laner. How you do is solely based on how the enemy top laner does. This Camille was useless, so we had a good game. Especially with that early game struggle, so GG's. Oh, our runes. 1,000 area damage. Celerity, whatever number. Little ultimate haste, GG's.